Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Tommy Knits podcast. I think this is episode 5. I'm sorry that it has been over a month since the last time that I made a video. I just feel like the world is falling apart and I'm now finally getting back to a spot where I want to be knitting again or sharing my knitting. I'm going to start by talking about the sweater that I'm wearing, which is the Sirdar number 7789. Um, it has this really cool detail on the neckline, which is also on the bottom of the body. It's not on the sleeves, but it's this cool, like, twisted rib. Like, it looks kind of like leaf detail to me. Otherwise, this is an Aran sweater. I did it in Cascade BFL in the color Kale, I think. This was my 2024 Aran cable sweater. I have a yearly tradition where every year I knit one now, starting in 2023. Um, and actually, one of the whips that I have made progress on today is my one for this year. I will say that as I've been making more sweaters, I've been learning about construction styles that I prefer and don't prefer. And I will say that I don't think that I'm the biggest fan of a set-in sleeve. I just don't love how it fits me personally. I will say that this one I think fits me how it's supposed to, and I just don't love how it looks on me. But lesson learned. I got this pattern on Etsy. It's a vintage pattern. I feel kind of conflicted about people selling these patterns on Etsy because it's clear to me that they found this vintage pattern somewhere and then are selling the PDF for $1 or two and are just kind of like making money off of somebody else's work. Um, but I really wanted the pattern, so I just did it. The first thing I wanted to show is that I did finally block and weave in the ends and put on the buttons of my Pippa dress by Suzie Sparkles. It is so beautiful. I wish that I could wear this. Um, you can see the lace detail at the bottom, the little eyelets throughout the skirt, the lace detail at the top. This is in Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino, held double, and I'm really happy that it's done now. I'm going to be gifting this to my friend's niece, and I'm excited to see her wear it, hopefully. Um, yeah, finished object, which is also kind of refreshing because I stopped knitting this in March, and it wasn't until July that I have now actually fully finished the finishing pieces. Before I talk about my whips, I wanted to say that there is one missing today, which is my Lakes Tea by Ozetta. I've been making so much progress on it, and I was actually kind of excited to show it. But my apartment right now is the messiest that a space has ever been in my whole life, and I have somehow lost my whip. 2 weeks ago, I stopped knitting on it because I tried it on and I didn't like how it was fitting. But I also know that once I like block it, the problems I was having would go away. But so whenever I find it, maybe I'll continue knitting on it because it is my only summer knit. Anyway, now onto the whips that I do have. My first one is the Chantal collar cardigan. I have made some progress on this. I did set it down like a week or two ago and haven't really picked it back up because I've been working on other things. But I don't remember where I was last time, but I feel like probably at the start of the body, and I have a few inches in there now. This is in Cascade 220 fingering and Alpaca silk from Valley Yarns. I don't remember what color this one is. This one is fawn. I'm really excited with how it's turning out. I do look forward to the final result, but I am like realizing that every other row is a purl row because this is a cardigan and it's knit flat, which has been kind of a hard obstacle to get through because it's not even like the right side rows are just stockinette. It's the slip stitch pattern, which is also a little annoying to keep track of. I have made one error in my slip stitching so far, right here, but it's in the back and it's kind of under the sleeve. So in my mind, it's not really anyone's business. Um, but it does make me a little sad that I made that mistake. By the time I figured it out, I was way too far past it to want to go back and fix it. The next project that I have been working on is my 2025 Aran cable sweater. This pattern is from AaronPatternArchive.com. If you go on the website and search VPU112, this pattern comes up. It is a vintage Aran pattern that was originally written to be knit flat, bottom up, and I reworked it to be top down in the round. So if you decide to knit it, it won't look like this unless you modify it. I'm using Lion Brand Fisherman's wool yarn, and I am really liking how it's turning out. It turned out that I read the pattern a little bit wrong, and I am on the wrong needle size, because, uh, anyway, so based off of the pattern pictures, like this number of repeats should have been the right length, but I do have to go one more diamond. I am also tall, so that could be part of it, but I put in this twisted rib folded collar. I will say that I tried this on and the collar was so itchy. So I don't know. I might have to rip it back and try something else. But I'm hoping that once I block it, I'm going to soak it for like a long time because I know that can help soften up the wool. Um, Hopefully that will help. If not, I'm going to go back and then change out the yarn to something softer on the inside of the collar. And I think that will help because you won't see the inside and then it will rest against my neck and not itch me. That's my backup plan if I can't get it to block and be soft. So this is my 2025 Aran knit sweater. So part of the tradition is that every year I try to finish an Aran sweater. So we're making good progress on the one for this year. I'm almost done with the body, and then obviously I still have to do the sleeves, but I think like we're halfway through the year, more than halfway through the sweater, making good progress. This one, I actually cut very close, and I think that I finished this like December 29th last year. So I'm hoping to not let that happen. But I will say that I was still knitting the sleeves in late November. Um, so I wasn't really setting myself up for much success. If you guys want me to go into more detail about how I modified this on my next video, let me know, because I can kind of give an overview of what I did. Um, I think that honestly, I started this in like February or March, so I don't really remember the specifics of what I did, but I can walk through how I read the pattern to modify it to be like this. Um, just let me know if you want it. My final whip today is a new cast on, and that is my Lake Placid 1980 Olympic sweater from Dale, Norway. Um, as you can see, I only have the rib started, so not much to show. This is in Berroco Lanas Light. This is the color raspberry, and then I'm also going to be using cream with it. I'm making a very oversized version. It's going to have, I think, like 14 inches of positive ease for me. This sweater is bottom up and it's steeked. It's all over colorwork, and it's a sweater that I have been eyeing for a while now. I saw on here over 2 years ago now, Knitting Traditions, which is another podcast. Her name is Inga. She is from Norway and made the Lillehammer sweater, which is like all over colorwork also and has like carousel horses. I don't know. It's beautiful. That's not the sweater I'm making. I'm making the Lake Placid one because it's a little bit simpler. Um, but over 2 years ago, I saw her making that sweater and I thought one day I might be able to make something like that. And I feel like I finally reached a point where I feel comfortable making one of these sweaters. So this will be my first time steeking. This will be my first time doing all over color work. I've done a fair number of color work projects before, but they've all been like contained to the yoke. I am also going to be running a knit along for this. It's going to be a slow knit along, 6 months or longer. If you're interested in joining, I'm going to link a Discord below. I will be uploading walkthrough videos on YouTube Shorts. So there should be a video there now walking through choosing your size, finding a yarn, and casting on for the ribbing. I hope that we can make a little community and help each other through the process because even though the pattern instructions are sparse, I think we all will be able to figure it out because I've read through and I know exactly what needs to be done. It's just about getting through it because it's going to take a long time. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, you should like it. If you like me, you should subscribe to my channel. And you should comment down below what you're working on because I'm always interested to see. Anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.